Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Oliveira versus Makhachev fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, going into this fight, Oliveira is 33-8 with 9 KOs and 21 submissions, and Makhachev is 22-1 with 4 KOs and 10 submissions. This fight is for the lightweight belt, in which which no one currently holds, which is currently vacant because Oliveira lost weight in his last fight, which I just remembered now. Yeah, so it's vacant belt. Oliveira's last fight was a win via submission in round 1 versus Gaethje, and Makhachev's last fight was a win via KO in round 1 versus Green. This is seen to be Makhachev's toughest fight, as shown through this being Makhachev's first title fight compared to this being Oliveira's fourth. He's seemingly, to an extent, has been fast-tracked, but not even really that much. I mean, he was meant to fight Dariush, and that fight didn't ever end up happening, and so he's been pushed to the main event now, and so it's still deserved because he was pretty much one of the #1 contenders, if not the #1 contender in the lightweight division anyway, for Oliveira, who he hasn't already faced, and so it's fair that it's happening at this point anyway. Oliveira is on a mad run, winning his last 11 fights. So fans are starting to compare him to Khabib, saying that he possibly could be better than Khabib. I don't think he's at that stature yet. If he beats somebody like Makhachev, it will definitely help him, especially if he submits him. I think it will definitely help his cause onto that. But of course, there's the whole thing of Khabib didn't have a loss. Oliveira had 8 losses in the earlier parts of his career, and so it varies on what kind of things you say. But ability wise, he's definitely could be like the same level as Khabib, if not maybe better a little bit further along down the line. Also on this card is Dariush versus Gamrot. Gamrot is coming off a big win versus Sarukian, and Dariush has had a big layoff, as yes, he was aiming to fight Makhachev. That fight never ended up happening. I feel a little bit bad for Dariush because, I mean, if you see, he's now fighting on the same card, but like I think 3rd or 4th in the main event, and Oliveira and Makhachev is the main event fighting for the title. So, you know, these things happen. I feel a little bit bad for him, but I mean, if he wins this, it could definitely put him into a possible #1 contendership for him, so you never know. But I think that Gamrot will win via submission in round 2. I think Gamrot is going on a good run at the moment, and to be able to get a win that he did in his last fight, it was very impressive and showed his ability to everybody else, because everybody kind of wrote him off. And so I believe he can go on a bit of a run now, and yes, like I said, if Dariush wins, he gets #1 contender possibly, and same with Gamrot. If Gamrot wins, and he's put into a high position to fight for the title possibly. So I think he will win this by a submission in round 2. Moving back onto the Oliveira versus Makhachev fight, this is meant to be the toughest matchup stylistically for both fighters, possibly in the division, definitely in recent times for Oliveira, as he's fought people like Poirier and Gaethje, who are predominantly strikers, so to get him down to the ground, then submission is seen as easier that compared to somebody like Makhachev, who is very dominant on the ground and so might be a harder person to submit. Oliveira is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Oliveira will win via unanimous decision. I don't think he'll be able to stop him. I think Makhachev's ground game is just too good to be able to get stopped by Oliveira. I know Oliveira's is also amazing, but I think it'll be a very close fight, and I don't think it'll be a split decision, but I think it'll still be I think it'll be a unanimous decision. But yeah, one of the most recent fights for Oliveira that isn't going to end in a submission win. And then possibly they'll do a rematch if it doesn't end in a submission win. You never know. But other matchups that they can have, like I said, Gamrot could be an option. Volkanovski, because he seems to want to go into the lightweight division. I mean, he's the backup fighter for this fight if I then pull out. So he's definitely eager to fight for the title. Or Chandler, of course. Chandler's been coming up the ranks quite well in the lightweight division, and could be a good matchup for Oliveira. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did, indeed like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.